Well, welcome back to the Polly the Vlog channel. We got a good first stop of the night. Look at all these beautiful rotors. We're not going to take those tires, but everything else we're going to take. Yes, this is definitely my definition of a very good first stop. Dropping it everywhere. That's everything?
There's something in the box.
That's what I was just wondering. Yep. Full of a bunch of little metal bits, brake pads and such. Alright, not bad. Those 4 rotors, that was great. Well, I'll add those to our collection. Alright, let's carry on. Hopefully it's a good night. I think it's metal, I think it is. Yeah, that's metal. We'll take it. Alright, hope we find bigger pieces than that. Well, well, well. A nice metal sink with a little bit of copper, a little bit of brass, all kinds of goodness on there. Just about. There we go. I'll put the copper in the back for my brother. Alright, let's carry on. Well, we normally don't do strollers, but there seems to be quite a bit of metal on this. So we figured, heck it, let's do a stroller. And I'm gonna want to get that tap off when I get home. Alright, good enough. Carrying on. I see a scooter. Maybe a few other goodies. There's definitely enough metal with all of that. I'll grab the scooter. Hello! Collecting scrap metal. Alright, let's carry on down the road, educating the children. Well, you know I love finding a barbecue. Yeah, that one's seen better days. Yep, good enough for now. All right, carrying on. Well, I love it when people set their scrap out just for us. Nice. Yep, just a nice big pile of metal. Oh, this is a tad bit heavy. Yeah, that's like 40 pounds. Yes, sir. Don't think that's gonna go anywhere. Yeah, good enough for now. All right, let's carry on, see what else we can find. Which way to go? Got a metal dishwasher and a barbecue. Guess we'll start with the barbecue. Yeah, it's a heavy one. Whoops. The barbecue cover is stuffed on the inside of the grill. Yeah.
That one right in beside the other one. Deer in. Move these right. Leave it right like that.
Yeah. It's in there.
Guess we'll.
Yeah, and dishwasher.
You know, should we just put the gate up and I'll just move up? So we can. I think it'd be easier.
Yeah. You're right. Work smart, not hard. Why drag it all the way down here? Alright, my brother's gonna pull forward. I'm gonna grab this dishwasher. It's definitely a metal one, so yeah, as long as they're steel, we'll take them. Hello. Some water leaking out.
Not really needing to hold on to it with.
No. Oh, good enough. All right, we'll strap it in and carry on down the road and see what else we can find. Well, you know, every time I go scrapping, I always run into my fans. I know, it's a bad joke. I can get that cord off of there. At least I found a cord. First one I found all night. Stuff that into there. All right, let's carry on. Yes, we'll take that. There we go. That's in there. We'll rearrange if we have to. Carrying on. I see just a little wee bit of metal. Sure, we'll take it. Thought it might have been aluminum, but that's definitely steel. Still good though. All right, carrying on. 'Tis the season for barbecues.
We could set it right up in the front if you want it. Or move that chair to the front.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, just pull straight out. That's as far as it's gonna go. Yeah, those aren't gonna bend.
Let me see if I can get it a little further.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit short. Might have to unstrap it.
Yeah, I guess it's not, unless I turn it sideways.
Just this back wheel's hooked.
Can that go over?
There you go. There you go. That's the ticket. Well, it was taking us a little while to start to fill it up, but we're definitely starting to fill it up. All right, my brother's gonna throw a strap over that to hold it in place. We're gonna carry on down the road and see if we find anything else. We're playing the game called Is It Metal? Yep. So yeah, at first I thought this was not metal, but it turned out to be metal. The little broom handle I'm not too worried about. Now, is it aluminum? It is aluminum. So I guess we're gonna move that to the back of the truck. Yeah, a little aluminum stash. Carrying on. Lady said she had a fan head. Sure, if you have it, yeah, we'll take it all. There's a bit of metal in there, and that's what we're after is metal.
Okay.
Yeah, the other part will have the cord. That's what I like. Thank you, appreciate it.
And it doesn't go in there.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all about the recycling.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely a little bit more metal there. We'll snip our cord. Only the second cord of the night. I'm just finding little fan cords, but oh well, take what you can get. All right, let's carry on. The last second, I saw all this plasticky stuff, but then I spotted this box, which looks like a nice little donation box. A little motor in there and everything. I'll slide that right down in here. Yeah, maybe I'll hang on to that motor. I doubt if it's going to be copper, but you never know. So I might check that one out. See if there are any other little goodies. Yeah, a little bit of brass on some of that. No, I think it's just random assorted. Good enough. It's not going to go anywhere. All right, carrying on. So we just had an old guy flag us down and offer my brother an air fryer. So he's hopped out of the truck to go get the air fryer from that fella. But so far so good. The night's been going all right so far. You know, if we find, you know, a couple more things, another barbecue or something, that'd be great. Or a large appliance, you know, that would just top it off. But I figure we must have probably 500-600 pounds on the trailer already. We'll see if we find anything else. let's carry on down the road and see what else we find. I wasn't sure if I saw something hiding behind this van. Well, that's pretty much all plastic. Well, it's a little motor.
If you're looking for spare metal,
yep.
Down at number 7, there's an old soccer net / hockey net that is destroyed. It's at number 7, it's red, it's just down the road, so you can take that.
Is it on the side of the road, like on the curb?
Yeah, I just put it by the garbage cans.
Yeah. Okay, we'll look for it.
Yep.
Thank
well,
you.
I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can make some good money.
Yeah, we'll recycle it if we find it.
Yep.
Well, that was nice of him to give us a little tip. Let's see if he provided us with some accurate information. That is definitely a big old net. Right over the top. I would say this way and then just put this to the far side. If I can not get caught up on it.
Yeah, there it is. Well, I'll just undo this strap.
F-bomb! Alright, that's it. At least that sat over those pretty good. There we go, that's even better. Hooked it under the edge there. There you go. That should be good. This barbecue moves a little bit, but it can't go anywhere because this is all hooked on, so. All right. Carrying on down the road. Rocky the raccoon, I see you, Rocky. I see you. This is now the Nature Channel with Polly the Wog. All right, Rocky. I got a piece of scrap metal to pick up. Just a wee little piece. But no scrap metal left behind, that's what I say. There's no scrap too small. Oh, there's a cord on there. That was that air fryer that my brother grabbed from a gentleman that flagged us over. All right, a couple more streets to check and we'll see if we find anything else. All right, so we made it back home and that was it for tonight. Wasn't too bad of a load. Wasn't fantastic. I'm guessing we're in that 500-600 pound range, but you know, we'll find out when we take it into the scrapyard. I got my faucet off the sink there, took that off. Be a little bit of brass, a little bit of copper in there, not a lot. Got my handful of cords. Wasn't very much either. And this one little electric motor that came out of a little donation box. I doubt if it's copper, but since it's a small one, I'm going to take it apart and check just for funsies. But anyways, I'm going to tell you exactly what we got paid for this beautiful, glorious load of scrap right now. Well, that was definitely a barbecue kind of night. 3 different barbecues. That was all right. Wasn't the best of loads, but it was definitely an okay load. We took it into the scrapyard in the morning, and the dishwasher that we found, I think that's where they got us for a little bit of enamel tin. So they categorized it as 45 pounds of enamel tin, going at $210 per ton, or 10.5 cents per pound. So that paid us $4.72. Now the remainder of our load was 555 pounds of just regular tin shred scrap metal, going at $230 per ton, or 11.5 cents per pound, and that gave us $63.83. So altogether on the load, we had 600 pounds of scrap metal, and it paid us a grand total of $68.55. not too bad. Wasn't fantastic, you know. The really good nights are when we hit $100 plus, but $68.55 still wasn't too bad. It was under 2 hours of work, right? Anytime we go street scrapping, the maximum amount of time that we go is for 2 hours. So, you know, sometimes we fill up in an hour, sometimes it takes up to 2 hours, but around the 2 hour mark, we usually call it quits because it's just not worth your time, effort, and gas to be out there scrapping any longer than that. But anyways, thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate you being here, and I really hope I see you right here in the next one.